Hello and warm greetings. Time to present you the latest English news from KHURSHID Global Network at this time. Taliban bomb kill 6 members of a single family in Paktika province. At least 6 members of a single family were killed in an improvised explosive device explosion in eastern Paktika province of Afghanistan. The Ministry of Interior say the incident took place on Thursday afternoon at 2 p.m. in the vicinity of Wazwa district. Ministry of Interior Affairs say the civilians were traveling in a motorcycle when it struck at an IED planted by Taliban militants, leaving 6 dead, including 4 children. The Taliban militants group has not commented regarding the incident so far, which comes amid rampant insurgency led by the group across the country during the recent months. Paktika is among the relatively volatile provinces in eastern Afghanistan, where insurgents both from the Taliban group and the notorious Haqqani terrorist network are actively operating in a number of its districts. The anti-government or militants are frequently using improvised explosive devices as the weapon of their choice to target its security forces, but in majority of such attacks, the civilians are targeted. The scam says the year 2015 was the deadliest for civilians in Afghanistan, specifically for the children. French President Francois Hollande said on Friday that there was a risk of war between Turkey and Russia over Syria and that negotiations should resume quickly, facilitating a political transition. Russia's foreign ministry said earlier on Friday that it intends to call a session of the United Nations Security Council to discuss the Turkish government's statements about a possible ground operation in Syria. There is a risk of war there over Syria between Turkey and Russia, Hollande told France Interradio. It wouldn't be a direct war, but rather indirect when you have plans that bomb the same populations in the north of Syria. We need to do everything we can to avoid this escalation. Meanwhile, negotiations must resume quickly, bombardments must stop, aid must come, and we need to make sure this political transition can succeed, he added. An Indian Army officer on Saturday said people from Pakistan were involved in the militant attack on an Air Force base in northern state of Punjab last month. The Lieutenant General K.G. Singh, General Officer Commanding-in-Chief, Western Command, said as per the elements food packets shows a note found from their airbase, there was complete involvement of Pakistan in the attack. The statement came 2 days after counter-terrorism police in Pakistan's Punjab province filed a case against the alleged airbase attackers and their alleged abettors belonging to a banned militant group. It did not give the number or names of the accused or which group they belong to. The January 02 attack on Indian Air Force base in northern city of Pathtankot killed 7 security personnel. And finally, Prime Minister David Cameron met Senior Minister at Downing Street on Saturday to endorse an EU deal he hopes will persuade voters to ratify Britain's membership of the world's largest trading bloc at a referendum likely to be held in June. Cameron held a deal clinched with other European Union leaders at a summit in Brussels, granting Britain special status, and said they would campaign hard to convince voters to stay in the bloc that Britain joined in 1973. At a summit that ran into overtime, EU leaders agreed unanimously on a package of measures aimed at keeping Britain in 28 national bloc to avoid a potentially disastrous divorce. Their legally binding decisions reached late on Friday granted Britain an explicit exemption from the founding goal of ever closer union, offers sessions on the welfare rights of migrant workers and safeguards for the City of London financial centre. Thanks for joining us. This was the news. Have a good night. Take care.